compassion.
Wow, I like it.
Very good. Aloha, aloha. Keiki, I'm Uncle Tony Silva of the Brothers. Will you help me sing our song, please?
Sure.
Ready? Go.
My heart has compassion. Super job, Uncle Tony.
Right on. Fist bump right there.
Welcome back, Keiki. I'm Auntie Dawn O'Brien.
And together we're Choose Aloha Champions with you.
Today is the blast off.
Woo.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to a new part of Choose Love and Choose Aloha.
So exciting. I love blast off. 3, 2, 1, go.
So far, we've learned all about courage, gratitude, even forgiveness, and today is the last fourth part. Are you ready?
Oh, Auntie Dawn, I'm ready. Really? Really?
Really?
I'm really Freddy, Eddie. Very ready, Eddie, because I like to hug my teddy bear in my hair. No, my teddy bear doesn't have, no, I don't have hair in my teddy. No, not at all.
I'm so glad that we're all excited. Today is the last ingredient of Choose Love, and it's compassion. Can you say it with me, please?
Okay.
Ready, set, go. Compassion in action.
Let's see what Choose Love lady, Auntie Scarlett, has to say.
Hi, Choose Love friends. It's Scarlett, the Choose Love lady. I'm here to welcome you to the fourth character value in the formula for choosing love. Compassion in action. You've learned about courage, that it's like a muscle that we can strengthen with practice. You practice courage when you're kind to someone, even when they're not kind to you. When you do the right thing, even when no one is looking. You practice courage when you tell the truth and do something hard. The next character value is gratitude. It takes courage to be thankful when things aren't going our way. Plus, it feels good to be grateful and to think about and focus on what we have. Next is forgiveness. Do you know sometimes this is kids' favorite character value because they say it's a superpower and it feels so good to let it go? Now we're taking the compassion in action tool out of our tool belt for life. Compassion in action is when you see someone that needs help and then you go help them. The amazing thing about this is that when you give love by helping someone, you get love, and it's so good for you. It makes the world a happy place. Okay, now go have a lot of fun, and I'll see you when you've completed the unit.
I think compassion is empathy, and empathy is understanding how someone else feels and reacting to it in a positive way. The benefits of compassion is that you have a good time and you feel that good feeling in you, and then everyone else, when you do it to someone else, they start to feel compassion in them, and then it keeps spreading.
Well, compassion in action? Well, I think it has two parts. First, the compassion, when it's taking yourself into someone else's shoes and trying to feel how they feel. And then in action, when you're showing that in action and not expecting anything else back.
Now, to make extra sure our bodies are ready to learn compassion, let's start with the compassion in action breath.
Great idea, Uncle Tony. Thank you.
So let's try to do this together. Close your eyes if you're comfortable, or gaze down, looking downward, and then repeat after me. Breathe naturally. Say, may I be open to learning about compassion today.
May I be open to learning about compassion today.
Now, I want you to take a slow, deep breath in and breathe out. Very good.
Notice how good you're getting at taking the different breaths, because we practice a lot.
Now, as you breathe in, think to yourself, may I be open to learning compassion today? You may even repeat that after me. So, please say, may I be open to learning compassion today?
May I be open to learning compassion today.
Very good.
As we keep breathing, let's rest and relax our bodies. Ready? Inhale, Uncle Tony, watch him, and bring your attention to the top of your head and repeat after me. May my mind be open and relaxed. Now place both hands on your heart and say, may my heart be practicing compassion. Now think about your feet and say, may my feet be traveling safely. And may I bring compassion to the whole world. Good job, Keiki.
Wow, that was pretty good. Now we use compassion breaths to focus us on choosing love and aloha.
That's right. How do you feel now that you and I have practiced some compassion breaths? How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel ready to go.
Good job. Now, it's always a challenge trying something new, but it is exciting.
Now here's a question. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of compassion. Yeah? Okay. Auntie Don?
Compassion. Can you try saying that with me again, please?
Sure.
Okay, ready? Go.
Compassion.
Compassion is when you have care and concern for others. So easy.
And powerful.
It is. Compassion equals care and concern for others.
Boom-ka.
You notice when others feel hurt or upset and you do something.
Yes.
We all can do something to try to make them feel better or help them.
That's right. Let's think of some examples. What are some good examples?
Can you help us, please?
Yeah. Okay. I think I can. Let's start. Imagine one of your classmates, or maybe your sister, your brother, or even a cousin was all alone at the playground and they didn't have anyone to play with. Is that something you can relate to? How do you think they feel?
Not good.
Not good at all. Now, what can we do to help them?
Oh, I know, Uncle Tony.
Okay.
Pick me.
Auntie Dawn, you're the only person here besides me. Go ahead.
I would ask them, are you okay? And then I would ask them to play with me.
That is a great answer. Here's another example. One of your classmates fell, hurt their knees at recess time. How do you think they felt? Has that ever happened to you before? How did it feel? Auntie Dawn?
Yes, and it was not nice.
Not nice,
It really
that's right.
actually hurt and it was kind of bleeding and I felt really ashamed. But my friend saw me and she came and she helped me up and I felt a lot better.
Oh, that's so nice. I'm glad. You see, understanding how someone feels is called empathy. Repeat that word after me. Everyone say empathy.
Empathy.
Very good. Now, if you want to do something to help, it's called compassion in action. Like your friend who helped you, you could also get them a drink of water or sit next to them. That's being really nice and compassionate.
That's good. To show compassion, we follow 3 steps. Ready to repeat after me? Number 1, ask yourself.
Ask yourself,
How does the other person feel?
how does the other person feel?
Number 2, ask yourself.
Ask yourself,
How would I feel if the same thing happened to me?
how would I feel if the same thing happened to me?
And number 3 is to take action
Number 3 is to take action
by doing something kind.
by doing something kind. Wow. 1, 2, 3 steps to compassion in action. 1, 2, 3 steps of winning.
Winning!
Winning. Then we call all to sing, My heart has compassion.
Now let's listen and watch a video called You, Me, and Empathy.
You, Me, and Empathy by Janine Sanders, illustrated by Sofia Cardosa. Teaching children about empathy, feelings, kindness, compassion, tolerance, respect, and recognizing bullying behaviors. Sometimes I feel just like you. I understand what you're going through. Sometimes you feel just like me. That understanding is called empathy. Love, Quinn. When I was a baby, I really was small, while everyone else seemed incredibly tall. But as I grew older, I started to see that people are people, just like me. How are you the same as your friend, sister, brother? How are you different? Sometimes I'm happy, and sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I'm worried, and sometimes I'm mad. We all have feelings. You have them too. And sometimes I feel just exactly like you. What makes you happy? Sad? Worried? Mad? When my mother was sick with a tummy bug, I knew that she needed a big snuggly hug. I rubbed her back and patted her hand and said, "I'm so sorry. I do understand." For once, I was sick with a terrible flu. I sneezed and I spluttered, but what could I do? My mother said softly while patting my hand, "My dearest of dears, I do understand." That's when she gave me a big snuggly hug, and I instantly knew I was humongously loved. My mother was kind and caring to me, exactly the same as how we should be. Who helps you when you're sick? How do they make you feel? When my brother fell over and hurt his knee, he cried and cried in front of me. I helped him up and said, "There, there," and sat him down on the kitchen chair. For once, when I slipped and cut my knee, my brother was there to care for me. He held my hand and said, "There, there," and sat me down on the kitchen chair. Who shows you kindness? In what ways do they show you kindness? How do you show kindness to others? One day in the park, a girl was pushed over, knocked to the ground by a dog called Rover. I knew his name because, you see, Rover the dog did the same thing to me. The poor little girl sat still on the ground, not a sob, not a whimper, not one little sound. Then, all of a sudden, she started to cry. Perhaps I could help. It was worth a try. "There, there," I said as I patted her arm. "Rover the dog doesn't mean any harm. He's just playful, so try not to fuss. He just doesn't notice small people like us." Have you ever helped anybody who was sad? How did you help them? One day at school while having fun, I saw a boy alone in the sun. No one came over and said, "Let's play." I could see he was sad. He was not okay. So I left my friends and over I ran, and I asked if he'd like to play in the sand. His smile was huge, enormous, and wide. It gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. When I started school, I too sat alone. I had no one to play with. I longed to go home. Then a girl called Abby ran over to me and asked me to play over the old oak tree. We gathered some acorns for finger hats and swung from the branches like acrobats. We played for ages, and from that day, friends forever, we always say. Have you got a good friend? How does your friend make you feel? Yesterday at the big green slide, I saw a child run away and hide. Come back, said her dad, just give it a try. This slide is not so terribly high. So up she climbed to the very top. Slide down, he said. I'll help you to stop. But there she sat and there she stayed, wanting to move, but too afraid. I knew just how this girl was feeling, worried and scared. Her head was reeling. For when I was little, I sat at the top, terrified that I wouldn't stop. You can do this, is what I said. You're braver than you think. It's all in your head. The more and more brave things you do, the easier it becomes for you. I am really brave, the girl shouted down, and whoosh! Before we knew it, she was on the ground. Have you ever felt scared? What happened? Tell me about a time you had to be brave. There's one more story I'd like to share about a bully who never played fair. He pushed children over, was mean and unkind. He made us feel sad, so deep down inside. But one day at school, I saw a strange thing. The bully was bullied and pushed off a swing. He was sad. He was crying as he walked away. So I followed and asked him, "Are you okay?" His eyes were watery. His nose was red. He looked at me. These words he said, "I was mean to the children. It just wasn't right. I know how they feel now. I had a big fright. Kind and caring is how we should be. I know this because a bully bullied me." Have you ever been bullied? How did it make you feel? What did you do? So as I'm growing taller each day, I'm learning so much in so many ways. I'm learning that we should try to be kind, helpful, and caring all of the time. Our world is so special. We all need to care about one another and the earth we share. People together from far and from wide. We're all on this planet. We're on the same side. What might be some ways we could show other people we care about them? So when someone's hurting or worried or sad, remember these feelings I'm sure you've had. Say kindly with care, "I understand, I do," because sometimes I feel just exactly like you.
Remember, empathy is understanding how someone feels.
Teachers, this storybook video comes complete with discussion questions for your students. So we'll sign off and let you watch and discuss on your own.
I'm Uncle Tony Silva, and my heart has compassion. Let's sing it together. Go!
My heart has
compassion.
I'm Auntie Dawn O'Brien, and my heart does too.
Keep choosing
aloha, 'cause aloha always wins.
Aloha!